How bright the sunlight is today, this day, when I shall soon lay hands again on Helen, my wife. Many hardships have I, Menelaus, endured. I came to Troy and brought with me my army, not for that woman's sake, as some people suppose, but to retaliate against the guest who betrayed my hospitality and fled with my wife. Well, with Zeus' help, he has paid the price, he and his country fallen beneath Greek spears. I am come to get that woman from Sparta, I cannot speak her name, who once was mine. Yet I know that she is numbered in these captive quarters with the other Trojan women. The men who toiled with me to win her back have given her to me to kill, or else, if it pleases me, to take her back to Argos. And it has seemed to me her death in Troy is not the way. I will take her with swift oars, speeding on the ship, and give her to those in Greece to kill, whose dearest died because of her. Men, go, seize her, and drag her out by that long blood-drenched hair. And when the wind rises in the east, we will go with her to Greece.
O Zeus, you who are support for the earth, you who have your seat upon the earth, whoever you are, difficult to know, to grasp, Zeus, whether nature's necessity or mortal intelligence, I call upon you. Traveler upon a silent path, you direct all mortal beings toward justice.
What is this? Why do you address the gods like this?
You have my praise, Menelaus, if you intend to kill your wife. But be careful not to look on her again, lest she ensnare you with desire. For she magnetizes men's eyes, destroys cities, sets houses on fire from within. She's adept at the black arts. I know her, you know her, so do all those who suffered on her behalf.
Menelaus, these things might well make a woman fear. Your men with violence have driven me from my room, have laid their hands upon me. I have no doubt that you hate me, but still I wish to speak. I must know. Have the Greeks made up their minds? Have you? Am I to live?
The whole army put your death into the hands of the man you wronged. It was unanimous.
Am I allowed to speak against the charge? To show you if I die that I shall die most wronged and innocent?
I have not come to argue with you, but to kill you.
Hear her out, Menelaus. She must not die unheard. But then let me answer her. The evil that she did in Troy, you do not know, but I will tell the story, and that added to the sum of your complaints will condemn her to death beyond any appeal.
That means delay. Still, if she wants to speak, she may. I grant this because of what you say, not for her sake. She can be sure of that.
And perhaps, no matter if I speak the truth or not, You will not talk to me since you believe I'm an enemy. Still, I will try to answer what I think you will say if you spoke your minds, and my wrong shall be heard as well as yours. First, who began these evils? She did. The day she gave birth to Paris. Who next was guilty? King Priam, who decreed the child should live and ruin Troy, and me, Paris, the hateful, the firebrand. What happened then? Listen and learn. This Paris had to judge a contest that joined 3 goddesses. Athena promised he should lead the Trojans to victory and lay all Greece in ruins. And Hera said, if he taught her the fairest, he will make him lord of Europe and of Asia. But Aphrodite, well, she praised my beauty. Astonishing, she said, and promised him that she will give me to him if he judged that she was loveliest. Then see what happened. She won. And so my bridal brought all Greece great good. No strangers rule you, no foreign spears, no tyrant. How? It was well for Greece, but not for me. Sold for my beauty and reproached besides when I deserve a crown. But to the point, you will say, I have not yet spoken to the most obvious judge at all, that I stole away from your home in secret. Paris. Paris came, accompanied by a goddess, no minor deity. When he came to me, he found me alone in your house because you fool, have left me there in Sparta when you set sail for Crete. Not you, but my own self, I ask. What was there in my heart that I went with him, a strange man, and forgot my home and country? Not I, but Aphrodite. Punish her, be mightier than Zeus, who rules the other god, but is her slave. She is my absolution. One thing will seem injustice, you might say. When Paris died and went down to the grave, and when no God cared who is in my bed, I should left his house and gone to the Greeks, just I tried to do. How many times the gatekeepers and sentinels on the ramparts are my witness. Time after time they caught me in the act of stealing away with ropes hanging from the battlements to the ground. The Trojans, they no longer wanted me, but the man who next took me, and by force you'll never let me go. Menelaus, my husband, must I die as at your hands? Do you think that's right? Is that your justice? I was forced by violence. I lived a life that had no joy, no triumph. In bitterness, I lived a slave. If you wish to be omnipotent, go ahead. But it defeats your purposes to ask for my death.
Come, Queen. Defend your children and your country. Her soft, persuasive words are deadly. She speaks so fair and is so vile. A terrible thing.
Her goddesses will fight on my side. when I show her for the liar that she is. Not Hera, not Virgin Athena, do I think would ever stoop to folly so low as to sell their cities. Hera sell her Argos, Athena, Athens, to be the Trojan slave, playing like silly children there on Ida, each one in her insolence demanding the prize for beauty. Beauty. What could have made Hera, a goddess herself, contract a sudden passion for beauty? To claim a better husband than Zeus? And was Athena out to marry one of the gods? It was she who asked her father for the gift of virginity and steered shy of men's beds. Do not make fools of the gods to prettify your vice. No one of any sense will believe you. And Aphrodite, did you say? Aphrodite must take my son to Menelaus' house. Why? Could she not sit quietly in heaven and steer you and all your town on to Troy? My son was beautiful exceedingly. You looked on him, and that look was enough. No need of any goddess. All forms of human folly make their way under Aphrodite's name. It was my son. You saw him in his eastern dress all bright with gold, and you were mad with love. At home you lived a Spartan life. You hoped that once out of Sparta you would find in Troy a city flowing with streams of gold, a sumptuous city to satisfy your dreams of extravagance. Menelaus' palace had grown too small for such dreams. By force, you say he took you? You cried out. Where? No one in Sparta heard you. Young Castor was there, and his brother, not yet among the stars. You came to Troy, the Greeks dogging your tracks, and there was a conflict. Whenever Menelaus had the advantage over the Trojans, you sang his praises, hoping to pain my son with his great rival for your love. But when the Trojans' luck was running, Menelaus was dirt in your eye. This was your practice. You kept your focus on fortune, looking to follow her ways, not virtues. And now you talk of ropes, of letting yourself down in secret over the wall, longing to go. Who found you so? Was there a noose around your neck? A sharp knife in your hand, ways in which any honest woman would have found who loved the husband she'd lost? Often and often I would tell you, go, my child, my sons will find them, other wives, go. I will help you pass the lines to the Greek ships, go. End this war between our foes and us. But this was bitter to you. In Paris's house you had your insolent ways. You liked to see the Eastern men fall at your feet. This was great. These were great things to you. Look at the way you dress. Your ornaments. Is this any way to meet your husband? You should not dare to breathe the same air as him. Men should spit upon you, humbly in rags, trembling and shivering with shaven head. So should you come with shame at last, instead of shamelessness for all the wickedness you did. King, one word more and I am done. Give Greece a crown. Be worthy of yourself. Establish this law as law for all women, that whoever betrays her husband pays the ultimate price, death.
Menelaus, son of an ancient house, now show that you are worthy of your fathers. The Greeks called you a woman, shamed you with that reproach. Be strong. Be noble. Punish her.
I see it all as you do. She left my house because she wanted to, went to a stranger's bed, This talk of Aphrodite, grand words, nothing more. Go. Death is near. Men there are waiting for you. In their hands are stones. Die. A small price for the Greeks' long suffering. You shall not any more dishonor me.
The gods, not me. Oh. Do not kill me. Forgive.
The men she murdered. Think of those who fought beside you, of their children too. Never betray them. Hear that prayer.
Enough. Old woman, she's nothing to me. Men, take her to the ships and keep her safe until we sail.
But not with you. She must not set foot on your ship.
Why? A weight too heavy for it?
A lover once, a lover always.
Not so. When what he loved has gone. But it shall be as you would have it, not on the same ship. The advice is good. But when she gets to Greece, she shall die a death as hard as her heart. And in the end, she shall become a teacher, a lesson in restraint for all women.